I'm not completely sure about this, so maybe someone else could confirm it or shed some more light on it. But in a tabbed UI, I don't think you can call an Ajax callback in the traditional method that Alpha has set up as you would in a grid or a UX. There just doesn't seem to be a facility for it. And so that doesn't mean that we can't get it done. We just can't get it done kind of the normal way. So what I've done is in the header text, and this is just for my own benefit, I put a span tag in here, and we're going to just push out the current language that we're dealing with. In the footer text, pretty much the same stuff as you have here. I made a couple of changes. I would put in a cursor pointer in the style so that your cursor changes when you're hovering over top of it. And in your example, you have an alert in here, so that's your testing stuff, so that's good. But I would put in a JavaScript function in here. I would just use one function. I think I noticed in your example you have two XBasic functions, one for each language. So I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just call one XBasic function, or in this case, make one Ajax callback and pass through the language as we're doing here in the function. So we're doing a set current language. We know that we're clicking on Denmark, so we're just going to pass through DK, and I've got Canada set up here as well. So set cur language is our JavaScript function, and we're just passing it through as a parameter. So that's fine. Let's save and close that. JavaScript functions, here's our function. We're passing through language. Our current language is being set, the inner HTML is being set to lang in the header, so that's fine. And here's where we're doing an Ajax callback, but not in our traditional way. This is actually calling a page that I've created, an A5W page, but it's got to have a very specific name. It can be called anything as a name here, but it's got to be its extensions have to be .ajax.a5w. So I'll show you that to you in a moment. And we're passing through the current language as a parameter, again a named parameter here in this case. Curlang is being set through as language that we're passing through here. We don't need this stuff. I was just testing that stuff. I get rid of that. So that's our Ajax callback that we're going to be doing. And in order to set that up, I'm going to go to my A5W pages now. It's really simple stuff. So here's my set curlang.ajax, and it's an A5W page. You can tell. So let's go into it. It's really simple stuff. In a couple of A5 or alpha script tags. So we're dimensioning the current language as C equals default, no language set. So we're passing through current language. So if we're not passing through anything, that's what's going to be set. No, I guess normally that would just be an empty string. And here we are, as you were doing, setting your protected active language equals to current language that's being passed through. And you're doing another session dot my language equals to that protected session variable. So that's what gets called when you click on that particular each one of the flags. And we'll just go and have a look at this. Now the only other thing I've done for my own benefit is I've got a component in here that I'm actually calling from the tabbed UI. So let's go and run this now. We can do a full preview. So here's a couple of flags I've got down here. So there's Denmark, so that immediately gets set. So we know what we're dealing with, and that immediately gets set. So that's good. And then I'm going to call this grid. In the grid, I had some code in the onTitles render event, which is server-side event, and I'm just pushing out some JavaScript message to tell me what language I actually chose. So I'm going to go and run this. That shows up. And there's my alert message from the onTitles render server-side event coming back with JavaScript, where I'm grabbing the session variable, the session.mylanguage, and just pushing it back out just to prove that the session variable has been set. And can change. I'll close this. I'll change it to Denmark, and that's changed. And then we'll go and have another look at the grid, and there we go. We've changed again. So that seems to work quite well. Again, if I've missed the ability to call an Ajax callback in a normal way, then please correct that. But this works out pretty good. It's just a little bit of code. Thanks for having a look.